All right, guys, good morning and welcome into the House Edge Live Show with John from ProCraps on Casino Gaming TV. I think I got it all right today. The door closed. I got the microphone going. I got the camera right. I think we have it. We have a show today. Let's do it. It's a new week. We got some new stuff going on. It's actually the same stuff going on, but a new little tiny twist on it. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. California Craps Club. We're loving the KKG Win One and Walk. Okay, we're going to change the one this week. The one is going to be different. I'll explain how we're going to do this here in a minute. So let's get after it here and talk about the important stuff, right? I got to tell you every time. Are you guys getting bored with it? Can somebody else give this speech for me? But every day we talk about these concepts, right? The bridge concept. And I know that there are people out there who think this is a bunch of bullshit, but I'm telling you, you can be a horrible gambler. You can be a good gambler. In other words, making good decisions, making bad decisions. The casino loves the bad gambler. Right? And while the concepts of the bridge will not make you a winner, these will not help you overcome the house edge. These will help you not increase the house take from you by not being a dumbass. All right? Understand what your bankroll can do. In other words, your bankroll is capable of certain things. It is not capable of sustaining you on a big ladder strategy or a martingale strategy if you've got a small amount of money. You got $500, you cannot ladder, you cannot martingale unless you're playing bubble craps. You got to know that going in, right? If you don't know that going in, you're going to burn the $500 in 3 minutes, and the casino is going to say, "Thank you, sir, may I have another?" That's what I'm talking about. This is not about lowering house ed. It's not about beating the casino. This is about not getting your ass handed to you because of you, right? These are all you problems, as Ken would say, right? Understanding how you view risk. You cannot play a risky strategy without the bankroll for it, but also if you don't like it. It may not be for you, right? You may find that, God, this is I can't do this, right? You take your head out of the game, you make bad decisions, right? Identifying when it's time to leave. This whole series we're on here is about identifying times to leave when you're up, right? Having discipline. Discipline can mean leaving when you're up, leaving when you're on a bad streak. Discipline can also mean sticking to your strategy. So there's that, right? Understand your goals, keep your emotions in check. Your emotions will drive poor decision making. Trust me on that, right? And again, we're going to be exploring strategies this week and mindset, keeping it all connected. The pie chart is how you view yourself, right? This is like the 5 love languages of gambling, right? Fill in the pie chart how you see it. What drives you and what do you have, right? Do you have a solid bankroll? Do you have a solid strategy, right? Those pie pieces may be bigger or smaller for each of you as you go through it. So I encourage you to take the time and evaluate some of that stuff and really see who you are as a gambler and lean into what makes it work for you, right? That pie chart becoming your persona is just going to save you from donating more money to them, right? That's what I want you to do. It'll also help you enjoy your time there better, right? And I'll tell you, some of these math ways of playing, the 3-point molly and craps, for example, right? Yeah, it's the lowest house edge way to play. I get all that, but it's boring. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I've done it. Played that way for years, in fact, right? But it is not an enjoyable way to play. I'd rather give up some house edge and have some control over where my bets go. I'd rather give up some house edge and enjoy the good runs in a different way. That's all that means, right? So that thing, like I said, the bridge concepts are for you to keep your head in check and your heart in check. All right. Anyway, what's happening here in the world? We know we have Craps for the Cure coming up, right? September 12th to 14th, birthday weekend for me. Go to crapsforthecure.com. You'll see that the dates are up there now. If you register as an attendee, it costs you $100. You're going to get the wristband, and it gets you into the building. It gets you into this private table. It gets you hanging out with us, and it gets us down the road. You'll see that I'm starting to fill in some of the scheduling. I got a few people locked in as far as times go, so the schedule's starting to take a little bit of shape, and yeah, things are happening there kind of at a rapid pace. So get to crapsforthecure.com if you want to go. 40 days away, Ian, right? I got a month to get my stuff ordered and everything else. My next big thing after that, I'm going to stay in Vegas for the Big AZ thing. I'm going to stay in Vegas for the Casino Tiers weekend. And by the way, I think my Casino Tiers episode is going to drop soon. I was talking to 10 Ton last night on the phone. By the way, that dude's like my favorite guy. I love him. He's so much fun to talk to. But anyway, the episode I did with those guys is going to drop soon. He says good content from it. So We'll see, but I was excited to do that interview with them, and hopefully it's a good show. You guys like it. But my next big event thing is going to be the dice cruise. That's going to be out of Fort Lauderdale. So that's the next big one. Probably about 30 or 40 craps players on that one. It's going to be a casino, our premier casino hosting event. So if you want to go on that, drop me an email, john@procraps.net. The other thing to announce here is that we've got fantasy football. So we do this every year. We have a couple leagues, usually every year, paid leagues. I think Chris charges about $50 to play in the league, something like that. Chris from Dice Degen runs this thing. So if you want to be in our fantasy football group, there are spots open. I think the main league has one spot open. Chris said if we have enough people, we'll do 2 leagues. And we'll have 2 paid leagues. And yeah, so the Discord link is there. Go into Discord, connect with Chris at Dice Degen and join the group. It's fun. It's me, it's Ian, it's Jen, it's Chris, it's who else is in there? Anthony from Arizona Crap Shooters is usually in with us. So it's always, my wife is in there. She's a defending champion. She won it a couple years ago. My son's in there. We have a great time with it. So another reason for us to stay connected all winter long. So anyway, if you want to be a fantasy football player, get over to Discord right now and get logged in and make sure you connect with Chris on that. All right. Okay. So we're moving on. And I want to get back to the 1-win challenge. And I love this challenge too. I know that somebody already said that. I love the challenge. It's hard. It's really hard. Especially for right side play, right? There's some of these things we do are kind of grindy, and that's okay. But the right side play that's looking for the home run, so many crap strategies are designed around trying to find a home run. You know what I'm saying? And those are great when they work. But most of the time, when I talk about my get them on, get them over, get them in, my 3-step way to play, right? It's get your money back off the table really quick. It's get a little bit of profit really quick. I'm talking 3 or 4 rolls. You should be out of the hand, meaning your money's back, and in profit within 4 or 5 rolls or hits at most. Then you can go for the home run. This challenge is asserting all of that. How fast can your strategy get you out of the hand, get your money back? How fast can the strategy show you a little bit of profit? And then how can it create an opportunity for you, right? In some cases, we're not going to create opportunity. This week, we're going to stop at opportunity. We're going to call it out. We're going to stop playing there and lock the profit in. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. We're going to ignore opportunity. We're going to stop when we get to that second level. To get your money in, get your money in profit, we're going to stop there. We're going to do 1 bullet this week. We're going to shoot for 1 bullet, and I'll show you what that means, okay? The purpose of all this, create discipline, recognize when you've got your 1 bullet recovered and your 1 bullet in profit, right? Experience the rhythm of the strategy, understand how these things work, know what variance does to everything, practice money management, stress test these strategies, and learn what recovery looks like or feels like, if it can even happen. Some of these strategies, the recovery is terrible, right? And we're finding that out as we go along. It's hard to recover, right? And again, through all of this, you'll find your way to play. We want you to find your way to play and what matches your personality, your bankroll, and your risk relationship. All right. So we're gonna go this week. Continue with these 5 strategies. We're gonna switch them up. Maybe next week. We'll see. But we're gonna go for 1 bullet this week. I'm gonna try to win 1 bullet. In other words, I'm gonna give each strategy 5 chances. Right. 5 bullets. In other words, the horseman. We're gonna take 5 stacks of 5 chips. Right? Each 5 chips is 1 time to play. We're going to try and win a 6th stack, a full bullet. Now, if you're playing 5 things, if I bring $500 and I'm trying to win and I have 5 times, $100 and I win $100, so I win a 6th bullet, that's 20%. It's an easy way to do it. If I brought 10 bullets and I wanted to win 1 bullet, I'd be winning 10%. Right. And again, it's how you view risk. We're going to try and win 1 bullet today with every strategy. The horseman, the skill 66 duck and cover, pass line parlay, and Dallas drawdown. And that's it. We're going to try and we're still down money from before. So let's see if we can't get back to it. All right. And here we go. Let's get into it here. I think we're going to do, let's see, 1 more screen and let's go to the horseman. I'm going to drop down to here. Let's get rid of the keyboard and the mouse. Let's put that out of the way. Let's get this nice and straight. And here we go. I'm going to bring in the rack. So again, I've got, as you can see, 5 bullets, right? The horseman's going to have 5 cracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each crack is 5 units big for the horseman. We're going to try and win 125. I'm going to try and win one full bullet. I want 6 bullets over here. So it's not just winning a unit today or this week. We're going to try and win one more crack at the whole thing. That's going to be the chore today. All right. Where is the bubble craps? Here's the bubble craps. Let's go. We're going to use the bubble all day. And let's hope that this thing works itself out. All right. Now, again, and I'll teach as we go here. The horseman is a simple one. It's a 2-unit don't pass bet. I don't hedge the come out. You certainly can hedge the come out. You can drop, in this case, $100 on the 4 or the 10, or 75 on the 5 or 9, whatever you want to do to hedge it. You're allowed to do that. I typically don't. Okay, 2 units here, and then we're going to do 3 separate come bets. And the idea is that if we get a point set, every time we're in the come, we're going to profit at least 1 unit. That's the goal. We're looking for the early 7. If we don't get the early 7, we'll have 3 come bets sitting out there, and now we're going to hope the right side picks up steam, right? It'll catch either side. What it won't catch is the ugly rhythm of getting a point set and having the point get hit, or the bad come out sequence. So hopefully we can get through that and get our bullet recovered. Here we go. Let's do it. There we go. We got us a 6. So we have a point of 6. And by the way, the money up here, that's our down money. We are down 700 and change from last week's debacle. So we have a point. Great. Into the come we go. Now we don't want to see a 6. We'd love to see a 7 at some point in here, right? We don't love to see it, right? We're not dark side players, but if the 7 happens to come early, all good. We're going to be fine. If it doesn't come, just avoid this one, and we'll have bets up in here. Let's go. And of course, we get the 6. So the comeback goes to 6. We lose our don't. Now, what I'm going to do here is this. We have a choice, right? The strategy is 3 come bets, right? If you lose the don't, you got to get 2 more come bets set. You can wait for the point, or you can just go right to the pass line now. The pass line is like a come bet. I'll do this. If we catch a 7 on the come out, we'll be in a tie, and we can just call it good. If we get this number set, now we'll have our second number. So there we go. And that's going to be aces, and of course we lose our line bet. And here we go again. It goes to the 10. All right, so the puck is on 10. We have a 6 and a 10. And that's all we have. We have 2 bets going. We don't dip into our stack for anything else. We put 5 units up for the shooter. We let it all happen. We see what happens. Realize this thing here is kind of loud, so it's tough. That's a 9, a 5, and a 4. And there's a 4. And there's a midnight. And there's another 9. Come on. You can do it. Give me a 6. Another 9. Wow, 3 9s. There's a 10. That's fantastic. That pays on the pass line. Puck goes off. We got part of it back, right? The best thing we can do here is be 1 unit down, right? Let's hope for a 6 on the come out. And there's a 5. So the point's going to be a 5. And there's an 8. We've hit them all. There's the 7 out. So we lose that one there, and the shooter's over. So we're down 3 units on that shooter. So we're going to put this over here for a minute, bring up the next shooter, and I'll put this back here in the rack. Now watch how I'm going to try and work myself to rebuild these stacks up as we go. I'm going to try and rebuild it as we're in there. So let's go to the don't pass. A 2 unit don't, and you'll watch. If we have a decent run, this thing will recover pretty quick. Just got to avoid disaster here, right? We got a point of 5. That's great. Let's come on out. Let's avoid the 5. Let's avoid the 5. The 7's our friend here. And we got a 3. Good Lord. Okay. I'll tell you what, I get beaten to come more often by craps numbers. It seems like they just really find a way to find me. All right, second comeback. First one's on the 4. Second one's coming out. And we got a midnight. See that? Right? I've gotten beat 3 times in the come. Isn't that crazy? Like I had the worst luck in here sometimes. All right, we got the 3 bets out. We just need to get a 4 or a 7. We got a 6, a 9, and there's the 7. Okay, so that'll happen is we'll lose this 4. We'll win down here in the come. Okay, now for that shooter, we have 4 units left. Even though we got beat twice, right, in the come, We still end up 1 unit down. It's not the end of the world. If I put this back over here, you'll see that I have 4 bullets plus 1 unit. So we're down almost a full bullet. Let's come out and see if we can't make it back. There's our next don't pass bet. Puck is going to be off. I'm going to put this over here, and let's avoid the 7. And we got a 4. That's not good for everybody else, but it's good for the don't pass, right? Here we go. Coming out. And there's the immediate 7 that happens, right? So the come bet wins on a 7, which is nice. This is like a pass line bet. You win on the 7, then the 11. You win here, and you win down there. So we're actually, for the shooter, there's our 5 units for that shooter. And we have now 4 units back. Whoop, I put a thing there. Right, from our first shooter, we actually recovered almost all the way back to that loss, right? We're 1 unit down for the session. Let's come back on out. We can do that again. We'll be in okay shape. Here we go. Let's avoid the 7. Now, again, you can take your $75 if you want to. I'll show you this. I'm going to show you what this could look like. And you can lay the 9 with it or the 5 with it if you wanted to. Pick one of the two, right? Lay one of those two. If the 7 comes, you end up winning $50 and you tie. You save yourself the heartache of losing this on the 7. However, if the 9 or 5 becomes the point, you have this and that's all you have, right? There's a yin and the yang to that thing, right? But I can show you what it looks like one time. And again, I hate to do this because this is not the way I would actually do it, but people ask all the time, how would you hedge this out? With a 5 unit bet, I'd hedge it here, most likely, right? Let's take a look at what happens. You know it's going to be a 9, right? There's an 11 yo, which takes this anyway. So we lose the don't pass anyway. So now we have 3 units left, right? What we do here, put them all in the don't pass and just say screw it. We're going to go ahead and give the old FU bet. Now I want that ace deuce, right? And there it is. Look, we called for it. We got it. Ace deuce. Bam. 1, 2, 3. So for this shooter, we actually win a unit. And there is that. And there's our bankroll back to where we started from. So we ground it back. This is why I say, by the way, this is a great cruise ship strategy. If you're on a cruise ship, you're trying to win comps, right? You got $75 to $100 out here all the time. All the time. Right? Your average bet is 100, 125. You're playing this with black chips, right? It's 2 black chips. And look what happens. Most of the time you grind it out. There's times where we've gotten our ass kicked, as you know, but most of the time you're up, you're down, and you kind of grind through it. So here we go. It's going out. That's a 5. All right, we're on the 5. Let's grab a come bet. And there's a 6. That's good. It goes to a good number for us. Maybe that'll repeat. And there's the 5. So we lose the don't. That's a bummer. This will go to the 5. We'll take our last bet on the pass line. And let's rock it out. Now we're fully right side players. Right there's the win on the pass line. We'll take that over here. And there's the 7. So we lose these 2. We win down there. And the end result, we lose 2 units, which sucks. That I'll tell you, it's going to be a grind. We may not get to all 5 strategies today, but this one's taking so long. Maybe we should end with this one every day, huh? All right, we're on fighting the 8. Here we go, coming out. And that's going to be an 8, of course. Of course, it's going to be an 8. We're just having that rhythm today. Come to the pass line. And a yo. That's cool. We'll take the yo bet as a win. And a 7. Okay, so we lose here. We win here. That was a tie in the end. There's our 5 units. We're back to that bullet. And now we're just down 2 units. All right, let's grind through it. This might be a longer show than normal today, but I think it's good to see these things happen in real time. And there's a come out 7, of course. The FU bet. 3 units to the belt. And it's a 5. Now we're just going to fight the 5. Midnight. We're going to lost when it comes. 4. 9. There's a sister. 8. 6. My goodness. Good roll here, huh? Aces. 11. 9 again, or yeah, another 9. The bubble crack, and there's the 5, so we lose the whole damn thing. All right, well, that's a bummer. We're down big now, and now we're down 2 full bullets. We have to really fight to come back. We may call this at some point to move forward, but so far, no bueno, huh? There's the 6. We actually came back close the one time. Skill says, when I read this, John, the so what is reference to the lay bet off the cover of the line. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Maybe repeat that. That goes to the 4. I think we're there, yeah. Come bet 2. Come on, baby. Get set. It goes to the 8. Come bet 3. And it's a 10. All right, so we have 3 come bets set. We have a point of 6. We have 3 come bets. It's the first time we've had all the bets out there. Let's pick these guys off. Let's just start. Let's go full right side here, huh? 7. Damn it. We lose those 3, pick up 2 at the bottom, and we're down to 3 bullets now. What a huge bummer, man. I thought we had a shot there with a good right side run. All right, so we have 3 bullets and a unit. Let's go. The horseman either wins quick or it grinds, man. Like sometimes you catch that nice run in the first one, and you're out of there in a heartbeat. Another come out 7. Boy, oh boy. Let's go. And there's a 9. All right, so if we would have laid the 9, we would have got plunked anyway. So, all right, let's go. Fight the 9. Fight the 9. There's the 7. That was a PSO. My brother asked me, what's a PSO? PSO is that. You set the point, 7 on the next roll. There's our unit. There's our bullet back. We gain back a unit. Here we go. And there's an 8. All right, we're on the 8. Let's go. Yeah, skill says you can recover from, oh God, we hit the 8. You can recover from the lay bet loss by using odds on the pass line. Then that's not the strategy, right? I'm not trying to play lay bet move shit around. I'm trying to play clean, right? This is a clean way to play. That's why I don't like laying a bunch of stuff and then come back with odds and everything. You overcomplicate things. You're doing something completely different. All right, that was at midnight. Lose the next pass line bet, and here we go again. Boy, we're getting planked. We're getting planked, but we're going to catch a good run here at some point. All right, that's the 8. So here it comes. The puck goes to the 8. The 8 comes down and gets paid, actually. We'll come into the come with the next bet. And it goes to the 4, and we'll do our last come bet. And we got the 7. So we're going to lose the 4. We'll get paid here and here, though, right? So now we're out. Got our bullet back, that bullet back, and we're back to here. What I'm saying, skill, is this. If I go and I say, look, we're going to go don't pass, lay the 9. He picks off the 9, right, on the come out. Now I got to go down here and put odds up. Now I'm dipping into other money, and I'm not doing that, right? I'm not dipping into other money. You've only got 5 units to play on the strategy. So you got to play those 5 units, and that's it. So if you lose the lay bet, you're stuck with only the don't. You cannot go back to your stack to add odds to it. That's why this strategy works, but it's also frustrating, and I get that. Right, here we go. Coming out again. New shooter. And we got a 6. At least we got out. We've only gotten picked off down here, I think, 3 times. It hasn't been terrible down here. It's been awful here. We've been getting picked off on the points being hit. So, yo, 11, yo. A comeback with odds overcomplicates. And here's where it overcomplicates things. It overcomplicates things because you have a strict budget, right? This one here is a budget of 5 units per shooter. I will show you, JR, on this next shooter, how you can play comebacks with odds with the strategy. But you got to stick to what I'm saying, right? This is an important bit. Here we go. Looking for our first comeback to be set. It goes to the 10. Our next one's coming in here. And again, that first one got paid. So that's actually here. 8. All right, we got the 8, the 10, and we're against the 6. Let's go. 10, hey, the hardest one got paid. That's cool. There's a bullet back. Look at that. We got back a whole bullet. Let's have an 8 come. Let's have an 8 come. Ah, it was a 7. We lose the 6, or we lose against the 8. We get paid on the come, though, or on the don't pass. So now we're here. This time I'll do it for JR's sake. We'll do a with odds. Okay, so watch how this one works. We're still going to use 5 units, right? No more than 5 units. We're going to do a 2-unit don't. And here will be an optional way of playing it. There's a 10. That's perfect. All right. Now, instead of a $25 come bet, we're going to come with $10 in the come. I'll change a quarter for nickels. $10 in the come. If it gets set, I'll use these 3 as odds. So what I do is I reduce the power of the 7 here. I increase a little bit of payment on the flat bet. All right. That's how you can do it. But again, you got to stay within budget. That loses $10. We'll do it again. 7 out. All right, so we get back the $10 we just lost, and we get back 50 here on the don't, right? So that ends up being, there's your bullet, and we have 2 bullets extra, which is kind of cool. So I'll put that over here. I'll put this over here. And now we're only one stroke away. We're 1 stroke away from getting it, all right? I'll make this our last shooter for this strategy, and then we'll move on to something else. But you can do that without overcomplicating it. You want just your 5 units in play. If I get planked up here for $75 and all I have is the don't pass, I'm not putting odds in it from somewhere else. That's the big thing. Is this is a budget conscious way to play. All right, here we go. All right, we got a 5. And let's get our 3 come bets. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, that should be a $10. Sorry, this should be a $10 come bet. My mistake. $10 come bet. That goes to the 9. And let me get some change. And we'll put 15 in odds on the 9. So it's still $25. It's just that it's going to be 10 and 15 instead of 25 flat. And that way, you're reducing your edge here a little bit on that 1 spin. There's the 4. We'll put $15 in odds on the 4. And that'll make it a little nicer payout. We'll do another one, $10 flat. And it goes to the 5, which is, of course, our point. So we have been very unlucky with the points being hit today. But we have 3 come bets with odds. Puck is going to be off. And let's go. I worked the odds. So here we go. And we got a 6. Okay, the point's going to be 6. Let's just have those bets pay, right? There's a 10. Doesn't matter. There's a 6, which doesn't matter. We got the 9. Great. The 9 pays. The 9 comes down. We get paid on the 9. That should have been $16. It's my mistake. So 16, it would pay $24. I'm going to pay $25 for it. We owe the world $1. We're just going to make it. I'm going to do it without the bucks. We owe the world $1. All right. When I get all done, we'll make sure we take care of that. But there's that payment. That's the puck. We're still coming out. Let's go. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The point is 9. The point is 9. My fault. There's the 8. 6. And I don't know if we need a 4 and a 5. A 4 and a 5. There's the 4. Awesome. All right. The 4 comes down. We get paid 10 flat. And we get paid 30 on the odds. That's a wonderful little hit right there, right? Again, that all comes back. We don't replace the come bets. It's not a recycle forever bet sequence. It's the 5 units they play and they're done. Let's catch that 5 and be out of here with this shooter. Let's catch a 5. There's an 8. Come on. 5, 5, 5. 9. 8. Come on, 5. You can do it. Or 1. Another 8. 8. Come on. Wow, look at the 8s. 8s are crazy. 4. Come on, 5. 6. Ace deuce. I think we're almost to there was a 7 now. All right, we lose that. So where are we at on this shooter? We got 2 quarters. Look at that. We got our money back. All that. And we're right there. And again, I'm gonna move on. Today we'll call this strategy a semi-fail, right? We have 4 bullets plus a unit back. All that up and down, right? All that up and down, and we're basically where we are, right? Yeah, it didn't matter. We're working all the time, Jen, so it didn't matter. Yeah, so the Horseman's one of these things where you're not going to win a ton of money, right? You can maybe earn a unit or a bullet back, but most of the time you're going to be here. This is like Crappy's play all day kind of thing. You're just going to be kind of threading the needle all day long, right? And that's where you're going to end up being, right? This is a lot, a lot of survival in this bankroll. That's how this one works. So we call it a loss. We can call it a $75 loss today, which is fine. I just want to move on and do something different so we have some more entertainment here. But we can keep going if you wanted to, right? But we'll call it good for now. Let's get our bullets back. Let's play something different. Let's just move on and play a different strategy. So we can come back to it, but I don't want to be here until noon rolling one thing out. Let me move forward here. So the next strategy is going to be the skill 66. And again, we'll do it at 110. Okay, we're going to do it at 110 inside. So let's take this quarter as nickels. We're going to go 110 in. We're going to end up pressing here by $9. Let me get my whites now so we have them. Okay, so there's our 110 inside and $15 in change. Okay, let's catch a point. And we got a 7 on the come out. And we got an 8. Okay, point's going to be 8. Here we go. Skill 66. Again, this is going to try and win 110, right? It's going to, or 1 1/4. Let's try and win 1 1/4 with it. Okay, let's try and get this thing to win its money. All right, now here, I'm going to play it different than I played it before. And there's 2 ways I can go here. Watch. 110 inside. Let's get the inside number first, and then we'll talk about it, right? We got a 9. Okay, perfect. 9 pays $35. Okay, I'm going to pay it all in reds. There's 35, and I'm going to drop $9 out there from my rack. I'm going to drop 9. So 35 plus 9 is 44. We're going to press the insides by 2 units each. Okay, what happens here is everything on the inside now pays $50. They all pay $49. I have $1 here. It'll be 50 for 1. Check it out. Here we go. Let's just avoid disaster. We avoid disaster, we can have a good conversation. And there's a 5. That's perfect. It pays for $1. It pays $50. All right, so we'll put the $1 into the bank. Now we have a choice to make. We got $50 off of that. We can bring all this down and stop playing and wait for the next shooter to come out. Let the shooter resolve. Do it again. That's another $50, and you basically earned yourself another bullet. Right? Or we can come down right now to something like 44 inside, right? We can do like, let's do like 10, 12, go 44 inside and bring all this back. There's the bullet we started with. Our bankroll is good. We have $30, $40 in the rack, and we can play this out. The original skill 66 says, let's go up, let's come down, and let's play it out. And can that earn the bullet? Again, you got 2 ways to do this, right? Come down and keep playing and build the bullet that way, or stop playing and reset for the next shooter, okay? Remember, I've got 44 plus 40 here. I get $84 in profit, right? My bullet was 125. If I just do it again, I'm done. If the move works twice, the next $50, we're out of here. Right? If I sit here and play this out at $44 and have a good run, I can do it that way too. The first time, I'm going to do it this way. If it doesn't work out, we're going to go the next time and we'll play for a second bullet. I'll show you what I mean. Right? This is if you want to keep on going. There's the 7, so we get nothing out of it. Right? We win $40 instead of $84 on that one. Let's come out again. I'm going to move this over here. We're going to come out with 110 inside. I'll even take the 10 from, I won't do that. I'll take the 10 from the 25. Let's go 20. There's 25. Okay, we'll take the 10 from here. This is our $9 that we're going to drop for the next time. We'll put that over there. Okay, here's our $9 drop for the next point. Skill, I'm not in real time, unfortunately, so I can't see your chats till 30 seconds after you write them. Unfortunately, I would have probably, I would have stayed myself, but I wanted to show like what the strategy was kind of built for. So that's why I did that. All right, here we go. Point's going to be 9. Let's make the move happen again. You need 2 inside hits for it to work. Let's roll. Let's roll. We got a midnight. Nobody cares. We got a 7 out, so we lose the whole bullet. Now we got to go fight. Now it's time to go to work, right? Here we go again. I'll get it set up. 110 inside. I'll actually take the 10 from over here and make it easier. And let's get into rebuild mode. Let's get to rebuild mode. 7 come out. 10. All right, perfect. That's a good point. Let's go. I love the outside points. When I'm on the inside, I love an outside point because I don't got to deal with the puck being on and off. Let's go. That's an 8. Perfect. 8 pays $35. And again, we'll do it like this. We'll do 35 plus my 9. 9 goes to 35. The 5 goes to 35. The 6 goes to 42. And the 8 goes to 42. And I have $1 sitting here. If I catch a win, it's $50. Here we go. A 10, that's the point. Boy, puck is off. It's a 4. Good. 9, that's awesome. 50 for 1. There's $1, $50 on the 9. That's what it pays. It pays $49 plus my dollar makes 50. That's how we do that. Now, we can come all the way down. Let's do this. Come back down to 110, right? And here's the question, right? Coming down to 110, if I take out of the rack, there's 75, $125. There's my money back. Okay? That's that whole bullet back in the rack. Plus a quarter over here, right? Plus these random dollars. If I bring this back, it refills this. Watch this. If I bring all this back, I'm back in the rack and I got $10 in profit. We're not after $10 in profit. We're after $100 in profit, right? So we reset the board, bring back some money, $84 in fact we brought back. Now we can keep playing on this shooter and try to pull the move off a second time or go to the next shooter, right? You have your choice. The move worked up and down. It works, right? You got to make it work at least twice to get your bullet back or to get a bullet up. For us, we have to recover again. So let's go. Let's play it again. Same shooter. We're going to keep the money out there, same shooter. There's an 8. So again, it pays $35. $35. We have to actually take our quarter and get change for it to drop $9. 2, 2, 2, 2, and here we go. The same as before. Back up to this level. I'm gonna get pennies now so I can make change. Let's do it. Let's have another inside hit. And we got a 10. Doesn't matter. And there's an 8. That's great. It pays 50 for 1. $49 plus 1 is 50. We can come back down once again. Let's reset the thing. And let's again take a look at where we are right now. Okay, there is $50. If I take this plus this, there's another 100. All that is greens, right? We're not quite back to the bullet yet. We need to get $110 in profit, right? We're not there yet. Okay, because again, I can bring this back. We don't quite refill the rack yet. Let's put this money up front. I'll put the greens back here for safekeeping. And let's make the move work one more time, right? One more time, make the move work. Or, again, bring it all down and play from 44. I mean, it's either way is your choice, right? We can play for 44, let a run happen, right? Which, again, was the original plan for this strategy, was to play at a low level, kind of risk-free, right? We can go out here at a tiny bets, 44 inside. I can replace the bullet. There's my 5 bullets. There's $25. Here's... right? We have $50 towards our next bullet. We just need to make another $75 here. Let's play it out. We made it work twice. If we have a bad situation here, we don't lose anything, right? There's an 11. There's an 8. Okay, great. 8 pays $14. Okay, so we'll pay it 15 for 1. 15 for 1. And what we'll do here is we're going to same bet and then start pressing up, okay? We'll take the same bet first, and then we'll press the number. Or we'll grab the 10 or something. Again, we're watching this. Doesn't matter, it's a 7. We're watching the rack. All right. How do we do? We have all of our bullets plus $50 in profit. Pretty sweet, right? Let's make it happen one more time. Here we go. There's 100. There's 10. Here's the, well, almost $9. Almost $9. I gotta borrow money. We're gonna have to drop a quarter out here and get 5 and 5. There we go. All right, we're ready to go. Let's make this bad boy work, huh? Coming out, we got a 3, a 4. Okay, great. On the 4, let's get 2 insides. 2 inside hits. Ace deuce. That's a 10. Okay, we're not on the 10. Is that a 9? That's a 9. That's great. That's $35. 35 plus 9 is 44. 10, 10. 12 there. 12 here. That's everything. Oh wait, we didn't hit the 2. We had the 3, the 11, the midnight. Working on an ATS. There's a 5. All right, 50 for 1. There's $1. There's 50. I think we're done. We might actually be finished here. Let's do a quick check. I think we're done. I think we pull it all down. There is our initial bankroll. There's 100. There's 25, and there's 25. Let's make these look like quarters. And look what we did. Look what we did. There's the next bullet. We earned a full bullet, an extra bullet plus 25. There's another quarter plus $50. We made $50 in excess. How about that? Right? $50 in excess. And actually, if 52 actually, if we didn't stay and play the 44 those times, right, we'd have been fine. We'd have been done earlier. But here it is. We earned a full bullet plus a little excess, which is awesome. We'll take the excess over here and the bullet over here. That's great. I'll put the excess in a separate little pile. That's awesome, right? The thing worked. The move worked a couple of times. We did our job. That's great. We earned a bullet. Gotta love it. That's 20%, by the way. You earn a bullet with 5 units or five cracks at it. You earn a 6th one. That's 20% win. Easy bankroll management. All right, here we go. Next strategy is going to be, I think, duck and cover, right? All right, same thing. 110 inside, duck and cover. Let's get our nickels. 110, and again, this is the same idea. 2 inside hits. We're going to come out. Come on. 8. Okay. 2 inside hits. The difference here is we're gonna reduce risk as we go instead of increase risk as we go. And we got a 5. Great. $35. 25, $35. We'll take the other number down, doesn't matter, and go to 10. Okay, and again, I'm going to try and build this rack up as fast as I possibly can, right? Couple of green hits. 7. Just like the last time we did this thing, right? This thing is burnt. We end up getting the PSOs here, right? All right, burn that one. Come on out again. Let's do it one more time. All right, it's a 9. Let's go 110 in. Can we do it? All right, there's the 9. Let's do it. Oh my God, I moved the thing, I made it a 7. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I was moving it out of the way so you could see it, and I made it be a 7. That's on me. That is dealer error right there. Okay, points 10, and we are working our asses off here. This one here is already down. It's already down so much. Can it ever recover? Right? Here we go. Here we go. It's a 5. It's $35 win. Let's take the 9 down. Again, we're looking for 2 green wins to feel like we're safe. I'm going to play this one out the full way. God, come on, John. Can I get moving here? Let's get another point. All right. The 66 had a way better run of dice than this one's having today. All right, here we go. 110 in. We haven't gotten out of the hand yet. Come on. There's a 6. That's the point. It does pay 35. We will take the 9 down. We'll take the $50 back to the rack, and we're going to have to... Here we go. 7 on the come out. The 7s are coming right now. There's a 4. All right. Come on, Johnny. Let's go. It's another 4. A little buckshot. A little buckshot. There's a 5. Okay. Come on. 11. Yo, 11, yo. 7 out. Oh my gracious. We cannot get... But the good thing is we're out for 110 and we got some money back. We're not like getting the whole bankroll disrupted. But boy, oh boy. The rhythm has left the building. 7, 7, 9. Okay. Whew. Can this thing recover? Can it recover? I don't know. All right, there's a 9. $35. Puck will be off. Let's bring the 5 down. I got to put 1 here. 1 there. Man alive. We are roasting the duck today. There's a 3. There's a 10. Okay. Another 10. Wow, we are just killing the points here. 9. The problem is when you hit the point, that doesn't pay you. That's what sucks, right? 5. Hey, it's $14. We'll do the actual $14. All right. So we're gonna keep that one. Okay. I'm not gonna press it up. Actually, I should press it up. I'm gonna take this and this down and drop a quarter and press it up. We want that second green hit to get the money out of the hand. And there's an 8. All right, that's great. $35. Cool. $35 on the 8. Now, what I'm gonna do here is this. We're gonna take that green hit. I'm gonna bring the 9 down. We're gonna bring the $50 back to the rack. And now we're gonna play it out. We're not gonna regress. We're gonna play this out. We're gonna look for, get the 9 to green, and we're gonna run from there. Okay, we're gonna play it like regular craps now. Because the strategy is get me out of the hand, which we just did, play it out. Just like the skill 66. Play it out, and let's hope for a good run. Okay? 5. $35. 25, $35. That's great. Let's get the 9 looking like a green. Bring the reds back. Okay, I'm going to actually color those into a quarter. And let's go. There's an 8. That pays $35. Okay, now what we're going to do with the 8, I'm going to drop $2. Make it look like 42. We're going to get them all to that level and get a collect, and then we're going to move them again. So they go to 42, get 50, and they move forward. It's kind of the pattern I like to follow when I'm on the right side. As a not even aggressive, but a patterned way of playing it. There's a 6 that pays $35. And again, I'll drop 2 out of my rack to make it look like 42. And I'll take that green chip again back into the rack. I've got 3 bullets now out of the 5. My 4th bullet's out here. I got a whole bullet out here right now. So I've got 4 out of the 5 bullets. 1 of them is in play. 6. That's great. That pays 50 for 1. There's 50. I'm going to get pennies. There's the 1. Same bet. Now the 6 will go to 60 the next time. Okay, here we go. If we can, hey, it's 6. So again, it pays 50 for 1. There's the 1. There's the 50. The 6 now looks like 60. So I'll do this, and I'll take back another quarter into the rack. Once I get, by the way, to 5 bullets, I know I'm done. This is your indicator is going to be here. You can add up with that, what's out there, right? Every set of greens is a full bullet. There's a 6 again that pays $70. We can do actually 75. 75 for 5 out of my rack. Okay, 75 makes the 4th bullet. Okay, and this green plus what's out there is the 5th bullet. You follow me? If I pull this down, I got 110 plus an extra quarter. That would make this bullet full, right? We're not to full profit, but we're full. We've done the work, right? We need another couple of hits out here and we'll be okay. That means we're going to get a 7 right here. Of course, I said it out loud, so we're going to get a 7. But if you look at the rack, right? Let's pretend 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 greens makes the rack full, right? We would have had 50 in profit on our way to the second bullet. We didn't get it, but that's the way you do the math there, right? You're looking to replenish. Okay, here we go. Let's come out a second time. And we got an 8. All right, point's going to be 8. Let's do the 110 in. There's 100. I'm going to take the quarter as nickels. There's the 110. And here we go. A couple of inside hits and we're going to be okay. That's all we need. There's a 9, $35 winner. Make the 5 look like 10 and bring back $50. Whoopsie. And there's another 9, $35 winner again. The 9 can come down to $10. Okay, now there's 4 bullets in the rack, right? There's not quite a 5th bullet out here, right? So we need to work a little bit out here to make our 5th bullet, but we are doing pretty damn good. Let's get a 10. All right, that doesn't matter. 7 out, but that didn't cost us a thing. We were out of there for nothing. Free shot. 11 yo. 5. Alrighty. $110. Let's go. $9, $35 winner. Make the 5 look like 10. $7 out. Okay, well, too quick, man, too quick. The right side giveth and the right side taketh away, right? There's that. Let's come on out and let's get bam. And you know, remember, if you're playing the pass line with max odds, you just got planked too. Like all those short rolls, this guy down here, the $25 with the 125 behind, got destroyed just as bad as we did. There's no difference, right? The house edge is not a magic pill, right? It's just the dice have to land on what you're betting on, you know. So, all right, here we go. 4. Another freaking 7. Good Lord, man. Talk about the bad run. It's funny how bad this run is compared to the 66, right? The rhythm is just really ugly. All right, here we go. Boom. I need to get some change. 3 change. Let's go. Have faith, right? Have faith. A 10. Doesn't matter. A 9. Great. 35. We'll take the 35. We'll take the 5 down to $10. These are kind of crooked here. Alrighty. 9. $35. Awesome. We'll ring it down. Let's play it out. 11, yep. 5. Okay, that pays 15 for 1. 15 for 1. It'll go to a quarter and stay there. 8. Awesome. $35. I love it. $35 winner. The puck is off. I'm going to drop $2 and make it 42. We'll take back a quarter. New point is going to be 5. Let's make this happen, huh? Let's make it happen. 7. I saw that coming a mile away. I could just see the dice, how they were spinning. All right, that's a loss. That's actually not a loss. We actually won a quarter on that shooter, believe it or not. So, all right, let's get set up for the next one. There's your 110. Puck is off. It's coming out. And I hope you guys are noticing as we're doing this, how many rolls were good and how many rolls were shitty. Like, we should have been keeping track of this, right? Probably done a better job. With the Horseman, we had a bunch of crappy little rolls. With the 66, we had 2 pretty good little shooters right there. With this one, it's all been crappy. Most of the rolls, 5 or 6 total rolls, and we're done. Most of the time, that seems to be what happens, right? So optimize your play for that situation, right? That's what this is all about. Learn how to optimize for what you're likelier to see, right? There's a 9. And again, this one here, watch, I'm gonna do this one differently. There's the 10. I'm gonna put the money up front. There's an 11. Yo. There's a 6 for 35 bucks. Now check this out. If I take this here, right, and make the 9 look like 10, I brought back 100 bucks. Now if I stop playing, right, there's the 110 I started with, and that's a $50, $60, $70 win, and we can be done for this shooter and try it again for the next shooter. You follow me? You have the choice to say the move worked, pocket the move, go back to work, right? We're going to go ahead and not do that. We're going to play it out. But you have the opportunity to pull it back and say, yeah, let's lock it up, wait for the next shooter, and go. You can take the 2 rolls that you got, thank the Lord, and get out of here. Instead of keep playing. The right-siders want to keep playing, right? So we're going to do that, right? To see if this thing can recover just on its own steam. But that's a move you can make just like the skill 66. All right, let's drop $1. That pays 14 bucks plus 1 is 15. Make the 9 look like a quarter. And there's another 9. That's great. 35 bucks. So now the 9 goes to 35 bucks. We'll take the quarter back to the rack, and we're going to try and get some of those nice $50 wins out of this thing. There's an 8. That pays 35 bucks. I'm going to get a nickel and get some whites for it. Drop 2. To make it look like 42, take the quarter back home. That's the point. And now we're going to get, hopefully, some $50 winners and get the hell out of here, right? There's a come out 7. Good time for that. There is a come out 5. All right. Point's going to be 5. And let's go. 4. Doesn't matter. 7 out. All right. Well, we took a shot at it. We did profit on that shooter. The move worked and we got some profit out of it. We just got to get some more work done. Okay, coming out. 8. Okay, there's 125. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's your 110. Put that over there. And let's go. I should be over here when we play it. There's an 8. All right, $35 win. 9 comes down to 10. 50 bucks comes back to the rack. A 9, right? Okay, cool. That pays 15 for 1. 15 for 1. Looks like a quarter. And the 9 will stay there and start moving up. But our second $10 win, if we get one, will still be out of the hand. Or $25 win, rather. There's an 8. That's great. 35. 5 looks like 10. 50 bucks comes back. Puck is off. Let's go. 10. 4. We need some traction. We keep dying in this same spot. Again, we die in this spot every time we get to set up and we can't get forward, right? That's the part where the right side will drive you nuts because you just can't get that next level, right? When the next level comes, you can make it. But boy, oh boy, it is hard to get there. All right, there's a 9. There's 100. There's 10. And here we go. On the ride again. We got an 8. All right, $35. Sweet. You know the pattern by now. We'll take the 5 down. There's the freaking 7. And here we go again. My gracious sakes. It's been about 10 shooters in a row, I think, that have been maybe 3 hits and out, right? And that's about what we expect, but it sucks, right? It just sucks. I'd like to get a little bit of an outlier here and get one shooter that goes about 10 rolls, right? And we got a 5. All right, 5 pays 35. We just need that one shooter. Let's just take the 5 right back down. One shooter to get me there. Come on. Midnight. Jeez. We may give it 1 or 2 more shooters, and that's it, I think. right, there's a 10. There's a 10. All right, we're going to take that and get nickels. Down to our last bullet here, right? Okie dokie. 7 out. Awesome. Awesome. Just get a straight up shit roll. Okay. Last time. Last shooter. Yo. 6. All right, here we go, Johnny. Last shooter. This has to be a miracle now, right? Now we're hitting home runs. Home run or bust. This is full VDC style right here. Or VDT rather. All right, there's a 9. $35. Let's take it right back down. Come on. 5. $35. Sweet. We'll take it down. Got a bullet back. 8. $35. Let's drop 2. Make it look like 42. Take that back. 10. Not on it. 6. $35. Great. I need to get pennies for that nickel. Okay, we'll drop 2. Take the quarter. Looks like 42. And that was the point. 6 again. 5. That pays 15 for 1. Looks like a quarter. Okay. 4, not on it. Yeah, threaten it. It works every time, right? There's a midnight. 6, 42, pays 50 for 1. I will collect that. They're coming out, by the way. 4 is the new point. And there's an 8. It also pays 50 for 1. There's the 1. There's the 50. Same bet on that one. Okay, they will both go up now. 10, not on it. 8, okay, 50 for 1. 8's going to look like 60 now. So I'm going to bring the 8 to 60. I'm going to bring $20 and change back. And there's another 8. All right, 8 pays 75 for 5. So 75. Do I owe my rack something 75 for 5? That's the same bet. Do I owe the world some money, Jen? Did I make a mistake dealing? Did I make a mistake? If I did, put it in chat and I'll fix it. Very possible that I made a mistake. All right, there's a yo 11 yo. There's an 8. Booyah! 75 for 5. Okay, so we'll do, actually, I'll pay it $70. We'll do $70 as the win. Okay, now the 8 goes to 90. Okay, we'll do a nice, easy little press to $90. Take him back another quarter. And some reds. That'll pay a nice flat black chip if it hits again, right? That's fantastic. All right, just, it's a buck. Okay. There's the buck. And there's the 7. Okay, so we didn't get the full meal deal. But look how much we came back on that. We came back pretty damn good on that shooter. I'm pretty happy with that comeback. We got back 2 full bullets on that deal. You want to do one more shooter and then we'll switch to the next strategy? Let's do one more shooter on this one and then we'll switch to something different. All right, there's a 7 come out. We have 2 strategies to go still. It's going to be a while, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 110. Okay. 5 is the point. Let's get it on. 7 out. Okay, that was good choice by me to go again. That was really kind of a dumb choice. All right, so that one lost today. Let's move on. Again, I want to get some other stuff. I would love to win a bullet back, or go up a bullet, but we're just going to be sitting here. You know, we'll do one more shooter, and then we'll call it. We'll go to the next strategy. We'll give it. I want to make sure we give it the college try, right? Before we just kind of, kick the table over. There's an aces. There's a 6. Okay, we're on the 6. Last crack for this one. I need to get change. Okay, there's my change. Here we go. 7 out. Okay, so that was we just burned 220 in like 2 rolls. See how fast that happens? Boy, oh boy, the right side is brutal sometimes. Okay, so that one lost quite a bit. We lost, let's see, 3 bullets. No, 2 bullets plus. So we lost 150, $200, right? Is that right? 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, we lost 3 bullets plus 50. So 3 bullets. So we lost 375 and 50. So 4 1/4. 425 down. Let me get that money out of here. 425. That was a bad run. Really bad run today. You know, and we were close a couple times, right? Like it's a fighter, right? But again, you can't on the 0.7 ounce. You can't recover from that, right? There's just nothing you can do on your right side when you go all out and you get the quick 7, right? And every strategy today would have burned. If you were doing this, if you were pass line and all the odds, those PSOs are taking that 125 too. Like the low house edge play does not mean you're going to win, right? It just means you're going to lose less when you lose, but you're still getting planked. Like today was just a day, right? For the right siders where, you know, we got close, but we never got it. All right, let's get into here. Let's try and win a bullet back. We're going to do the, I think our next strategy, by the way, is the pass line parlay. So this will be the pass line parlay. Let's see if it can win on its own accord. Let's go pass line, $25. And we're going to do a 3-leg parlay, right? 3-leg parlay. There's a 7. That's a winner, 7 winner. We stack it up. There's a 9. Point's going to be a 9. Here we go. That is an 8. Okay, doesn't matter. That is a 7. Okay, we lose this. The answer to the question in chat, would I have kept to the 4 strat or jumped in dark side option with quick 7s? No. Here's the thing, and y'all should know me, right? I don't believe for a second that the table goes light or dark. I don't believe it. These dice have no idea. They don't know what they are. They don't know what they were. They don't know what's coming. It doesn't matter. The strategy you pick to play either works or it doesn't, right? You want to pick things that work good in either situation. That's why the Horseman is my favorite, because if it goes shitty, it works. If it goes good, those come bets start paying and it works there too. It works in both situations. There's one specific thing that gets it, that one exact situation that'll get it, but most time it picks up both sides, right? These right side plays only work if the dice are good. But if you're going to play that way, you're always, again, what happened here doesn't matter. Like, it's a 7, okay? That doesn't mean this is going to be a 7 too, right? So I don't believe that the table turns. I know people do. Shit happens, right? Your strategy should respond in all situations, and that's kind of what you're hoping for. There's a 4. All right, we've lost quite a bit, by the way. This thing is getting pounded right now. So there's a 6. There's a 9. There's an 8. There's a 5. Come on. 314? Nope, 7. This one here is no odds, by the way. It's pass line. It's a flat bet parlay. There's no odds. We're just going to try and get the successive wins and pick it up that way instead of jumping from odds, okay? There's the 4, of course, right? Good Lord. All right, here we go. That's an 8. I was waiting for Dr. S to come in and say that. It's been a while. Also, a thing I don't necessarily believe in, right? Not everybody has the bankroll to ladder things up. All right, the 4 wins, actually. That's great. We're going to stack it up. You can't, without the bankroll to ladder, don't try and ladder. That's my number 1 advice. It makes sense if you have the bankroll for it, but you will catch a bad run and you cannot ladder from here. This bankroll cannot ladder. Even a $25 bet, I can't ladder. All right, here we go. Come on out. It's a 4 again. Boy, the 4. Wow. We need that to really kind of repeat, don't we? There's an 8. Come on. 3-1. 3-1. Hey, it's a hard 4. Look at that. That's our second leg. right? So we won one. There's our second one. We're going to stack it all up. That's a 2-leg parlay. Let's get the third leg. Third leg. Give me a 7 on the come out. Booyah. Okay. Now, that's going to pay 4 units. There's the 3-leg parlay. It wins 7 units. So let's go put the rack back together again, right? There is our 5 bullets. There's 4 bets towards the 5th bullet. It didn't quite win the 5th bullet, but it came damn close to it. Won $100, right? Should we play again and try and earn the 5th bullet or not, right? This is now, I'm going to do it because it's fun, right? But in real life, that's close enough. That's good enough for government work, as they say. You should be out of here. You should be out of here, right? And Dr. S, I don't believe, by the way, I'm going to put his comment up there. He says, don't go to the jobs about the best. I don't believe a ladder is the best tool. I just don't. I mean, for some strategies, potentially, right? For a single unit pass line, yeah, a ladder could work, right? For 110 inside, a ladder cannot work. You're going 110 to 220 to 330 to 440 to 550 to 650. 5 PSOs in, which we saw today, you're out all that combined. You're out 330, you're out 660, you're out 1080, plus another 550. You're out $1,600 in the 5 PSOs that we saw today. If you laddered up the inside, right? That's not a smart play, right? It can't recover from that, right? At some point you run out of money, right? Now for this kind of thing, and the way Waylon does stuff where he's got some don'ts and some other, and you're kind of mixing and matching things, the ladders can work a little better in that situation. But you cannot go out straight right side and ladder up the insides and it's going to work. It's not. All right, we're going to go and try and win the 5th unit, okay? Discretion being the better part of valor. Discipline says, stop playing. Stop playing. You should stop playing right now. I'm going to play only because we're live and it's fun. And I want to make sure we get the actual unit here, but really you should stop. You basically want another unit back. Let's go. Watch this bankroll go to 0 now. When I made that call, let's hope it doesn't. But wouldn't it be funny if it went to absolute 0? There's a 9. So we get the repeat. We get lucky as hell, right? We catch our win, and now we're there. There's our 5th bullet. So that one won. It won a full bullet. So that's 2 strategies today that won a bullet. And guess which 2 they are? The horseman, right? No, it was a 66 and this one, right? So a grinder and a 2-stepper, right? The skill 66, the 2-step process, done and out. We got it done early, easy peasy. Last one, last strategy, and I'm going to go home. We got the Dallas drawdown. This is going to be a big one. We're getting 2 cracks at it, okay? We're going to get 2 shots at this one. There's only 2 bullets here. We're going to try and win 1 bullet from 2, okay? It's 320 across. 1, 2. So it's 325. 1. Come on. 1, 2, 325. Okay. There we go. 650. You get 2 cracks at this one. That's it. Dallas drawdown is a 2 cracker. That's it. It's got to work twice to win a bullet. Here we go. This is all or nothing, baby. This is all or nothing. 5. This is your all in. I am a controlled shooter, and I can get myself 2 shots. Shit runner go blind, right? There it is. 320 across. Nickel change, and let's go. Are you a good DI or not? You got a 3. There's a 6. That pays 75 for 5. All right. 75 for 5. And we bring half the bets back. Remember, the drawdown is you bring back half of your money. So you reduce your risk as you go, which is good. And there's a 9. That's great. $35. 25. I can need some more greens out here. $35 winner, right? And essentially it's done. Okay. We can take it all down, right? You can go back at 320 again, or you can play at 64 across, which we'll do. $65 across. We're going to bring all this back. Okay. The real Dallas drawdown is your finish there, right? You win $70, 50, 60, $70 you win 105. My bad. Hold on. Let's reset the rack. There's 1, 2, 3, 25, right? Here's your profit. 75, $105. That's what you win in the Dallas drawdown. right? You're risking 320 to win 100. It's a 3-to-1 or 1-to-3 is your risk reward. You got to pull it off 3 times to make a full bullet, right? If you're playing daily paycheck, you do that one time and you go home, right? Here, we can play the 64 and play it out and have some fun with it, use that as a tool, or we can pocket the money, which we're going to do. $105. And that's part of a bullet. We'll do it again. Let the shooter 7 out, and then we'll do it again. Or, good run here, huh? 10, 4, 6, 4. My goodness gracious, look at the 4s and 10s, right? Another 4. All right, there's the 7. Here we go. Coming out. And it's a 6. All right, let's do it again. New shooter. New shooter, same plan, right? Seven out. So there it is, right? That's what happens. If you can't get it done, now you're down to 1 bullet. Brutal, right? All right, 4. There's a 4. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Midnight. 10. That pays 100. And we'll have to pay the VIG here in a second, but it'll pay. Get back $3 and change. Okay, that pays 100. That's awesome. I'm actually going to give it to myself in black because it's fun. And we'll take half the bets down. And here we go. Second hit is an 8. $35. 25, $35. And you're done. We should be able to take 105. Let's see what we got here. Let's get our rack right. I'm going to reset the 320 across for the next shooter. Alrighty. So we've got $200 plus some randomness here. But we lost that bullet, right? Which sucks. Let's just keep playing on the same shooter, shall we? Here we go. Yeah, right side with hesitations built in. There's a 7 out, right? So going back out right away instead of waiting for the next shooter, not smart, and we lose our money. Probably should have waited like I normally do, but whatever. All right, it's actually 9 o'clock. I got to get out here and get to work, so we'll call it there. So this one here, right? There's 220. We have basically one of our bullets back. We're missing a little bit of money there. I misplayed that last one just because of, again, time. We can recap real quick, and then I got to go. So let's do a quick little reshuffle here of what's in the rack. So we had 2 strategies win today, right? The skill 66 won a bullet. Caught a good run. We did it smart, right? This one over here was the pass line parlay, easy peasy. I'm telling you guys, the pass line parlay, as boring as that thing is, wins a lot. Like, it wins. It's the one strategy we've done this since I've started here that hasn't lost yet. All the other ones have lost and whatever. This one's pretty legit. I mean, it's boring, but you can get 3 in a row pretty quick or pretty easy most of the time. And really, if you have in your rack a separate bankroll of a couple $100, right, and you take 8 cracks at that, you're going to get that thing to pay. More often than not, it's a nice little bankroll builder as you're going. I like the pass line parlay a lot. And again, it's a super low house edge way to play. It's boring, but that as a side bet while you're doing other things is kind of a cool little way to get it done, right? Otherwise, we're getting our butts handed to us. We're down about $1,000, right? And again, that happens. I'm not going to bitch about it, right? We caught a bunch of bad runs here, and it whatever, it went down. Our stuff went down today. We had recoveries built into it. And sometimes we got almost all the way home, but boy, when you're down, early, it's hard to fight back. Now you got to win, multiple times. You lose a bullet, you got to win 2 to get back, right? It's very, very difficult. So, would waiting change? No, it doesn't change the chance of a 7 Dr. S. It doesn't matter, right? The strategy typically is, and again, that Dallas drawdown is a tough one, right? I only will play that when I'm shooting. Like, that's not the one you put out there for randomness, right? If you're shooting and you think you can do it, and you've practiced at it and whatever else, and that's for you as a shooter, right? That's not a good one to just go out there on winging a prayer and hope to God somebody can get you 2 rolls, right? It's too much money to make that kind of a risk. So that's why I don't do that. It's here only to show you the gravity of massive risk, right? And that's why I included it in this round of 5. All right, so we're down $1,100 over the last 2 weeks. The first week we made money. Last week, this week, or today we lost. Back at it again tomorrow, right? Back at it again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is a quicker day. Oh, I have $50 too. I forgot about that. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day. Let's get back to the other screen here. Give me a second to get back to this and that and this. Okay. We've been through all the questions and comments, I think, for the most part, but let's get through a couple of things here. No. Let's forget. Waiting for the change doesn't matter, right? Again, I don't believe in any of that shit. I don't believe in hot or cold tables. I don't believe in none of it. Staying out at new 320 and getting a 7 and then coming out does not matter. It just in the pitch of a game, it's the shooter that has the dice that you're betting on, right? And I do that for me. That's just a different thing. Vince, I know, never waste a roll. The thing about it, right? Right side players got to be careful, right? You work the come out on your across bets, right? You're opening yourself up to multiple 7s in a row, multiple consecutive 7s, right? Which happens all the time. So if you're going to go 110 inside and ladder it, and you got to come out 7 and you lose it, and you go out 220, come out 7, you lose it, you go out 330 and you lose it, right? You burned 3 straight runs just on a come out sequence. The regular rhythm of the game doesn't allow for multiple consecutive 7s to get you. That's why on the right side, I tend to follow the puck, right? Versus letting it work all the time. That's the reason why I do that, right? That's the only reason why. Otherwise, you're right. It doesn't matter. You're playing against the 7. You got the same chance every time, but I don't like the puck rhythm can really hurt you on the right side if you're not careful. You got to eat that. That's why I don't do it. Let's see. Wasting nothing. The house edge drops the moment you wait. True. You're not playing. You're not, okay. Tom, yeah, you got it. It's always R&D, right? It's always R&D. And again, like, how do I say this right? I would never sit here. I know we're an hour into the show. I would never sit here and say, here's the way you got to play. Trust me, I know, right? Like a lot of people do. And I would never do that to you. If we don't do this right here, this R&D workshop that we're in, you would never know. You'd never know, right? And that's the point of it. You got to see the horseman tie all the time. That thing tied all day. It was down 3, it was up 2, down 3, up, all day long. We're here. That's the way that thing plays out, right? Most low house edge ways of playing, by the way, the horseman is every low house edge bet you can get. It's the don't pass, it's three come bets. They're all 1.5% house edge. You should tie. That thing should tie over time, and it kind of does. It's great comp builder. It's a great comp builder. It's great to just kind of take that breath. And if a player goes on a great right side run while you're in it, super. You win a bunch of money. I played the horseman in Reno when Chef Dice went on a 60 roller, right? And I made, close to $5,000 on that roll from a $25 come bet or don't pass and 3 $10 come bets, right? He hit all 3 come bets. I transitioned to right side. He picked off my don't. Who cares? We ran the table from there, right? That thing catches a run, but it survives the shit, right? Dallas drawdown doesn't survive the shit. The skill 66 doesn't survive the shit, nor does the duck and cover. You get 5 PSOs or 5 1 rollers in a row, you're out. Your whole bankroll goes away, right? But you wouldn't know that to watch a channel that says, here's the next great way to play. And it's the Dallas draw, or it's duck and cover. I like playing that way, but it's not the next great way to play because you just saw what happens. right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, 6 times, 7 times out of 8, we got 1 or 0 hits. What strategy survives that, right? Pass line with odds doesn't survive it. A 3-point molly doesn't survive it. All those things are the same, right? One bet goes up, all your odds go out, 7 takes all your money. Doesn't matter. Right side play is going to be fraught with disaster most of the time. That's why we say find ways to play that can survive. Dr. S's way of doing it is never waste a roll. Dr. S's way of doing it is with a ladder, right? Wayland's world greatest strategy, right? All these laddering things work. They can survive the shitty rolls because they ladder up, but you better have the bankroll to make it happen. If you don't have the bankroll to make it happen, you'll be dead in the middle of the ladder and never get yourself down the ladder. Climbing the ladder is great. Coming down the ladder is very hard, and you better have bankroll to do it. That's why I caution people about ladder plays. They make good mathematical sense until you're out of money. And you can run out of money. Right? You got to be careful with that. That's what the bridge is about. Learning what your bankroll can do. Got it? You too, VDT, have a great day. Dr. S, you're welcome. Skill, yep, thank you for that. We have to make sure we see it live, right? Otherwise, you can't know the answers. All right, get out of here. Have a great Monday. I'll see you all tomorrow. Before I go, I got to give you my. We're gonna go back to the one we had last week, right? The same. By the way, I'm gonna do some channel intros soon. I want to get through this series, and then we'll start getting some new channels out there. But reminder of last week's inspirational quote. I think it was a good one. We're gonna keep it for the week here too, right? Fear is what if, faith is even if. Right? And again, even if we lose $1,100 like we've done in the last week and this week here, I have faith that the way that I play will eventually pick itself up. I have faith that, and frankly, if I had stuck with the horseman or the pass line parlay, we'd be fine. Right? I don't have faith that we're going to get a 30 roller. Right? But I have faith that the ways that I play, typically speaking, and when I played them smart, are going to recover well. So there you go. Have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless all y'all. Bye-bye.